Watch Dogs is an open world with heart. One where the vibe is popping off at all times. A world that has a laser-focused understanding of what it is and what it is trying to achieve. This is Ubisoft when they are firing on all cylinders, and aside from a slightly off graphical representation from their initial E3 reveal, they delivered on the scope of the game's mechanics and gameplay design. This vigilante masterpiece is all wrapped in a gripping story that lands on nearly every character and performance. Every character has a personable level of depth and it doesn't hold any punches when discussing subject matters. This isn't my first time playing this game, but it is the first time playing it as an adult. Playing this game now, 11 years later, I am blown away by the game design and how well it holds up. Playing a game like this in 2025 makes me feel like passion is the only thing that leads to an amazing game. We have had plenty of graphical leaps and technological advances over the years. However, I felt that if this game launched today, that it would be hailed as a masterpiece. I want to talk about why. Because this was an exceptional open world, even by today's standards, and should be a case study when its interactive design and storytelling is taken into account. So let's dive in and see what the devs wanted from this game and see if my experience matched their vision. The vision made reality. Here is what Ubisoft said. You play as Aiden Pierce, a brilliant hacker and former thug whose criminal past led to a violent family tragedy. Now, on the hunt for those who hurt your family, you'll be able to monitor and hack all who surround you by manipulating everything connected to the city's network. Access omnipresent security cameras, download personal information to locate a target, control traffic lights and public transportation to stop the enemy, and more. Development time, 5 years. Cost, $68 million. This is accurate, and whoever wrote this is telling the truth, so let's move forward. The world building. This game takes place in Chicago, and it's an extraordinary rendition of it. The streets are immensely busy, giving life to every corner. I never once felt like the game was dated or underwhelming. It was actually quite the opposite experience, in fact. I often stopped to listen to a conversation, enjoy the music on the radio, or walk through a crowd hacking bank accounts. On account, I would even hear people beatboxing, laying down some pretty good flows. Artists like Kid Cudi and Cool Kids are featured here, and that's just a huge blast of nostalgia for me. Due to the time period of everything, you can't shake the feeling like we're living in these times. With Aiden Pierce's survival tactics through CTOS, the land becomes alive. Once upgraded, your character becomes a beast, and it only makes things feel denser when you up the difficulty. Difficulty puts the tension right where it needs to be, allowing for our character to be dry in his delivery, because his life is really on the line. I found myself enjoying driving to every location. The open world doesn't feel too big, making it big enough as a diverse sandbox, all while staying contained. This was a tight experience in the now from 11 years ago. This whole review will be a reminder of when we came from, and a little bit of a peek into the old Ubisoft and how they innovated a long time ago. Presentation. The presentation here is top notch. It's funny, once I gave up the need to rush through games and did some reading, took my time, that became the ultimate cheat code. I will stress that on normal or easier difficulties, paying attention means less, but on the harder presets, all the systems just sing. Menus are easy to understand and the HUD never felt cluttered. The navigation when driving allowed me to put my mind at ease and made traversal very enjoyable. Graphics were also a surprise considering how old the game is. Rain doesn't clip through your jacket, and neon signs display a pleasing special radiance. Crowd density is impressive, and because you can interact with everyone through facial recognition, it makes you feel like you are in a living world. You can listen to active phone calls, people flirting in public, you can read text and even stop crimes a la Minority Report style. The game does not miss its mark with the voice acting or the character development. Everything was appropriately paced out, and the cinematography along with mission structure boosted the overall package to higher levels. The character. Aiden Pierce, oh man, let's go. For years now, I have heard how he is dry and doesn't have a personality or much to say. I don't know about all of that. Have you seen Antitrust? Have you seen Hackers? Okay, have you seen The Matrix? My point is that hackers have a wide range of personalities, and the most powerful ones all seem to be a little introverted or weird, whatever that means. Aiden is plagued by demons and is constantly looking over his shoulder. He is cautious with people and with information. Also, Aiden Pierce is not affiliated with DedSec. He is a lone wolf, and his performance on that nails the mark. He is a vigilante. He is no Batman. Aiden kills and also acknowledges it. He is in darkness, suffering loss, and is trying to hold the hemorrhaging back. This is a story of betrayal and vengeance, where you have your finger on the pulse of the CTOS network. This network has information on everybody and controls many systems in Chicago. You can imagine the power at your disposal and the people that will want you dead. This story is a web, and I had so much fun unraveling it all. Story. I won't go into detail here, because if you made it this far, I recommend buying it for $5. But long story short, your niece is killed in an incident and you are the reason for the incident. Everything is tied to the events that take place during your first mission, and it made the whole story very palpable. I never once felt like the story got away from itself, and if I do have one critique, it is the fact that the story is so good and the weight and gravity of the situation is so heavy that doing side activities that are fun, they seem nonsensical. Everything has a level of urgency that almost makes you feel awkward to go level grind, even if the side activities are fun. They're really meant for after you complete the game. Then you have all these side activities to now take care of as the vigilante. But the game never really sets it up in a way where, oh, now is okay for me to go goof off and get stronger. The game is always kind of breakneck, and because of that, it can be disconjointed from all of these side activities. But if you do run through the story, get the necessary upgrades, and then at the end do all the other activities, I feel like it would fit better for the overall narrative. But to say less, everything is fun to do. But yeah, I felt like that critique might be a little bit necessary to convey. Now we can get on to the real juice: gameplay, loop, and activities. The gameplay here is so clean. Honestly, coming back to this, it was such a shock. Think about a cover-based shooter with the option to tinker with the environment and the enemies in it. This creates awesome balance where stealth is extremely viable. Enemies hit hard and Aiden does not wear body armor. The beauty is that the enemies are not bullet sponges, so every bullet holds weight. You can hack your enemies by tampering with their earpieces, effectively stunning them. You can arm grenades they might be carrying. You can hack their body cams to get a better lay of the land or gain access. You can even send them messages to distract them. Not to mention the environment in which you can hack, such as terminals for explosive payoffs, cameras to understand surroundings, and machinery for distractions. Once you're on a mission with all options available, things get juicy. You will eventually gain access to hackable C4 explosives. This was super fun because I could throw them and detonate them mid-air. It felt amazing and even tactical at times. Going in stealth with a silenced pistol never got old, and the level design for these situations was always diverse and fitting. Through the upgrade system, you can gain the ability to craft a variety of tools, from explosives and lures all the way to blackout hacks, paralleled with some amazing vehicle chases. This part of the game was actually super fun because the driving felt very arcadey and each vehicle did control differently. The hacking also continued here, allowing me to hack road blockers and manholes to slow the cops down or stop them in their tracks. The camera and reaction time for these hacks can get a little haywire, or a little too tight, but it kept the tension up for me, but it could have been smoothed out a bit, I guess. There are more hacks, but I don't want to spoil them because they change the game in beautiful ways. This game sometimes is a big puzzle if you choose not to shoot everything, and I highly encourage a stealth-focused playthrough. Only go hot if you must. There are a lot of environmental puzzles scattered in the world as well that help break up action and allow you to soak up the atmosphere, all while opening up a location and getting skill points. These awesome gameplay systems are coupled with a brilliant cat and mouse game where you invade other players and try to steal their data. Once you find your target and initiate the download, the other player needs to identify you. As they search for you, the circle the hacker can hide in constantly reduces in size, similar to a closing ring of death you find in battle royales. If they don't find you, then you're clear, but if they do, then it turns into a game of tag. This is an exhilarating experience, and whenever I was invaded, I was actually stoked. Getting the drop on a player, hacker, and then blowing them up never got old. Just look at the movements. Obviously, a real player moves differently than an NPC, but they all look the same, so it's incredible to watch. There are more activities you can do, such as hijacking trucks for resources, taking down gang hideouts, playing poker, and even taking the occasional digital trip. This game is alive, and you can tell that there is passion in the stitching. I can't wait to play through Watch Dogs 2 again because 1 ended up being way better than I remembered. 2 being my favorite in the series, but that might change now. What did you think of the first? Or wait, have you not played it yet? Let's talk down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more. Peace.